The Treehouse Adventures presents Beholding Christmas. Written by John Carcello and Mallory Page.
Previously on Beholding Christmas.
Don't I look great under the spotlight? Like I was meant to be the star of a play? A Christmas play, perhaps?
Rylan is going to play Mary. Now, Richard, you'll make a great Joseph.
Speaking of Joseph, I have some ideas. We mean to make Joseph the main hero of this story. And the best way to do that is to make him a dragon slayer. Okay, I'll tell you that the treehouse is back. Hi, Jaylee. Who's your friend?
Oops, where are my manners? Guys, I would like to introduce you to my new adopted sister, Gloria. Zach and Beth just adopted her this week. Say hi, Gloria.
Hola. They adopted her? What about me?
Don't worry, they haven't forgotten about you, Jazzy. Just give it time.
Yeah. Give it time. You've been saying that for 6 months and now you show up with a new sister? Looks like they're really serious about adopting me.
What is taking so long? You kids are missing all the fun.
Hi, Big Jim. This is Gloria. She just got adopted by Zach and Beth. But she doesn't speak much English. She came from Puerto Rico.
Well, in that case, encantado de conocerte. Jaylee te cuidará muy bien, la extrañamos mucho por aquí. Puedes pasar por Jaylee en cualquier momento, Gloria.
Which in English means, it's nice to meet you. Jaylee will take good care of you. We miss her a lot around here. You are welcome to stop by with Jaylee any time, Gloria.
Ugh. I really wish we could, but we are going to Zach and Beth's parents' house to open presents, and that horn means our time is up.
This really hurt Jasmine. The idea of her sister being part of a family dinner without her felt like betrayal. But beneath the pain, she was happy for Jaylee. On the table in front of the gingerbread house were 2 napkins, each with a name and an ornament made of gingerbread on top of them. As everyone moved closer to the table, they realized that the one napkin had Jasmine's name and a gingerbread star on top of it. The other napkin had Harry's name on it, with a gingerbread camel on top of it. Big Jim and the children began making their way to the exit of the treehouse, while Harry and Jasmine stared at each other as if they were thinking the same thing for once. Both of them somehow knew that they should eat the gingerbread ornaments Jesus placed on the napkins for them. So without even uttering a word to each other, they each took a bite of their gingerbread. It was delicious, as if it had been baked in heaven's very own oven. Well, perhaps it had. As Jasmine and Harry swallowed the gingerbread, a bright flash engulfed the treehouse that got the attention of the others who were now outside. They turned around just in time to see the treehouse enveloped in light as it almost immediately vanished along with Harry and Jasmine. After standing in awestruck silence for a moment, Big Jim said,
I did not see that coming. But I should have. Well, Rylan, it's a good thing you're Mary in the play.
I'll go get the script.
Chapter 4 Beholding the Kingdom.
Big Jim was facing his annual dilemma. There was always at least one important piece to his Christmas decor, or an important prop that he couldn't find, and this time it was a big miss. He couldn't find the large Bible that he needed to narrate the Christmas play that was quickly approaching.
This is outrageous. Rylan, Creflo, you don't mind getting up in attics, do you?
Well, it's not my favorite thing to do, but
Great. You and Creflo go up to the church attic and see if you can find a large Bible about half the size of Creflo. I would do it myself, but I don't trust myself not to break everything in sight if I can't find what I'm looking for. I need to go pray and calm down for a bit. You all know the way to the attic, right?
yeah, I think
Great. It's time for me to take 5. Here, take my phone so you can use the flashlight up there. It's kind of dark. Oh, and be careful of where you step. Stay on the plywood and don't step on any of the insulation, got it?
I guess
Great. Off you go.
As Rylan and Creflo made their way into the attic, they were taken aback by how dark it was. Rylan tightly clutched Big Jim's cell phone, which had a flashlight, which was their only source of light. Creflo stayed as close as he possibly could to Rylan. He hated dark places, especially attics, but being with his big sister always made him feel better.
Though I walk through the darkest valley, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. Though I walk through the darkest valley, I will fear no evil, for you are with me.
okay. The Bible has to be up here somewhere. And the good news is, it's half your size. So it shouldn't be too hard to find despite it being dark. Creflo, look!
I will live and not die, and I will declare the works of the Lord.
Rylan and Creflo had different reactions to this experience. Rylan could not wait to explore the illuminated Bible, while Creflo sat in the fetal position behind her, reciting different psalms. As Rylan opened the Bible, she landed on Matthew chapter 6, verse 10, and began reading Christ's words aloud.
Creflo, look. It's the Lord's Prayer. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth just as it is in heaven.
As Rylan finished the sentence, suddenly, she and Creflo were lifted in the air by an invisible force. Rylan could not believe her eyes. Somehow, they had been teleported to heaven. She wasn't sure if it was heaven, but the beautiful scenery and large angel made her suspect it. Creflo was shocked, peeking through his hands as his sister jovially looked around. The angel at the top of the stairs began speaking.
Well, well, well. I wasn't expecting to see you two here today, although the master did say you might be visiting soon. What a pleasant surprise. Rylan, we love your smile up here. And Creflo, you can open your eyes now. You're safe here, I promise.
The angel said, smiling with such a warm smile that it made Rylan want to cry. Now she knew without a doubt that they were in heaven. They were beholding God's kingdom.
But why are we...
You're here to behold the Christmas story like few ever have. What you see here today will change your view of Christmas forever.
The angel replied. Again, Rylan started to ask a follow-up question. This time, she couldn't even get a word out before the angel answered.
Because the master wants you to discover parts of the Christmas story that have been buried by time, and he wants to bless you and your brother as well. You have much more in common with some of the people in the Christmas story than you could even imagine. Here, let me show you.
Neither Rylan nor Creflo could get over the beauty all around them. They followed the angel, who took them to a portal and invited them to look down into it. To Rylan's surprise, Creflo beat her to the portal. He wasn't afraid at all. On the contrary, he was full of excitement. They realized they were looking down at Earth as they looked into the portal.
You guys will want to see this. Especially you, Creflo. You won't recognize anyone you see, but save your questions. I will answer them all after you see what you need to see.
The angel said. Rylan began wondering if the angel knew what questions she would have after they saw whatever they were about to see, but she didn't say that out loud. She didn't have to. After she thought the question, the angel looked at her, smiled, and said,
Yes, I do. Although you could surprise me with one or two. I guess we will see.
It was official. The angel could hear her thoughts. She quickly began wondering if she was going to think something stupid or out of place for heaven. But the angel put her mind at ease.
We can always hear your thoughts, whether you're here or down there. Don't worry, I'm not here to judge you. Peace, in the name of our Master, Jesus Christ.
As the angel said this, suddenly, Rylan felt a warm wave flow through her head. She had never been more at ease. This was amazing! As they peered down the portal, they could see a family. A little boy with what looked to be his parents. And they were talking to a lady, presumably about the little boy. The little boy looked like he had just been caught doing something he was not supposed to do. As Creflo, Rylan, and the angel peered down, they watched and listened intently to what was unfolding before them.
Where was he when you found him?
His usual place.
The altar of incense, of course. Why is that boy so obsessed with the altar of incense?
Thank you for bringing him back home to us. We're really sorry for any trouble he may have caused.
There, it's okay. I'm just worried that one of the zealots might catch him sometime before I do. As you know, they aren't very forgiving of kids who play in sacred spaces. Have you tried talking to him about it? Maybe if you find out why he is so fascinated by the altar of incense, you could create a space similar to it at home.
If only we could get the boy to talk. We go days without him uttering more than a few words unless he's reciting the Psalms. I'm about to put him in a field to shepherd sheep. I really don't know what else to do with him.
That's not a bad idea about the room, Meredith. Thank you again. You are a good friend.
The little boy's parents said their goodbyes to Meredith before turning to confront their little boy. The little boy's father spoke first.
Son, please, we're not mad at you. We just want to understand why you keep going to the altar of incense. It's not a place for children. It's not a place for most adults. You cannot keep doing this. And if you don't stop...
Baruch, please. We don't want to make him any more timid than he already is. Now, Zechariah, will you please look at Mommy? Son, we need to know what's going on in your mind. Will you please talk to Mommy?
Despite her pleas, her little boy did not reply. Instead, he continued to play with his angel figurine. As the children and the angel looked up from the portal, Creflo had tears in his eyes, tears of joy. The angel already knew what he was thinking, and Rylan was curious to know.
Are you okay, baby brother?
Rylan asked, looking at her brother, who was clearly overcome by emotion. Creflo just nodded. The angel spoke to Creflo.
No, you're not wrong. That's exactly why the Master wanted you to see it.
Then, looking at Rylan, the angel said,
Creflo will tell you about our conversation later, but right now, he just needs some time to process his thoughts and feelings. Don't worry, Rylan. Your portal is next.
As they followed the angel to the next portal, Rylan could hardly wait to see the portal for her. She raced ahead of Creflo and looked down the portal before the angel even had a chance to look down himself. As the angel, Rylan, and Creflo peered down the portal, they saw another family in ancient Palestine. The parents were older, and the little girl was holding a baby. Another younger woman looked on as well. They were all captivated by how well the little girl was doing with the baby.
She is such a natural with babies. None of her older siblings were ever like this.
She really is. She's like a natural mum.
She's a special child, Anne. You know that. God has a special plan for her. I don't know what it is, but I can feel it in my bones.
I have loved babies since I can remember. They are God's special gift to this world. And seeing how our daughter loves this baby, who isn't even related to us, is a special gift to me, Joachim. Who would have thought that the Lord would bless us with this beloved girl in our old age? Truly, he must have a special plan for her. Maybe she will bless us with 12 grandchildren someday.
As the little girl's parents handed the baby back to its mother, the little girl, Mary, noticed a man standing in the shadows, trying to get her attention.
Psst, Mary. Hey, Mary, over here.
Mary knew immediately that this was no ordinary man because of the light around him, and having been taught about angels, she correctly assumed that he was one.
Hello. Can I help you? Do not be afraid, beloved daughter of the Most High, for you have found favor with the Lord. You will conceive and give birth to a son, and you will name him Jesus. He will be very great and will be called the Son of the Most High. The Lord will give him the throne of his ancestor David, and he will reign over Israel forever. His kingdom will never end. I'm going to be what? I'm not even married. How am I going to have a baby? Are you sure you have the right address? I am a lowly servant girl. I'm not royalty. So how can I give birth to a king? The Lord never makes mistakes, beloved daughter. No word from him ever fails. The child you carry will be created in your womb by the Holy Spirit. You don't need to be married. Rejoice, daughter, for generations to come will call you blessed. Your baby's destiny will not be what you have in mind for him, so remember, he is the Son of the Most High God, when the time comes for him to fulfill his destiny. It will be quite painful for you, as if a sword pierces your own soul. Believe me, daughter, nothing that happens to Jesus will be by chance or by mistake. He is to carry out the will of his Father in heaven.
As the angel said this, Mary fell to her knees, lifted her hands to heaven, and began to worship the Lord. This was the greatest news anyone could ever receive, and the fact that God chose a lowly servant girl like her to carry his son was a testament to his character. He is the God who sees, the God who is aware of the struggles of even a servant girl like Mary, and he is aware of your struggles too, dear reader. As the portal closed, Rylan could not keep the tears from flowing. God had chosen someone who was much like her to carry his son. Indeed, no one has grasped how high, deep, and wide the love of God is. But she had just been given a glimpse of it. Knowing her thoughts, the angel said,
Yes, daughter of the Most High. The Master's love is the greatest love anything or anyone can ever experience. And he has extended that love to you because that's who he is. God is love. You thought Big Jim chose you to be Mary in the play? But you were mistaken. The Holy Spirit directed Big Jim to choose you to be Mary in the play because you best represent her. While your parents abandoned you and your grandmother could no longer take care of you. While you have been passed over by many parents looking to adopt a child. God has never abandoned you, never passed over you, and loves you with everlasting love. You are his first choice, Rylan, and you always will be.
I don't know what to say. This is the greatest gift I've ever received. Thank you.
No need to thank me. This is all the Master's doing. All praise and glory belong to him forever. There is one more thing, though. Another gift the Master wanted you to have before you return home. Ah, there it is now.
No way.